What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I get excited when it's video time. Alright, well today is Friday, and you know what they say about Fridays?
No.
It's, what are they?
Wait a minute. Before we learn magic off of YouTube, shouldn't we know whether YouTube's actually a good place to learn magic?
Let's go ask YouTube now.
I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on this. Because you know what they say? Opinions are like a-holes. Everyone's got one. So here's mine.
He's gonna show us his asshole. I feel baited. There's no asshole here.
Wait, maybe the assholes were the friends we made along the way.
You know what? Enough of other people's opinions. I'm gonna give you mine. YouTube is a place where anyone can upload a video for absolutely free and an audience can watch for absolutely free. The audience watching can even choose to like and subscribe to that content creator. Although it's absolutely brilliant that YouTube is a free platform where anyone can upload videos, when it comes to tutorials, this can create a problem. Anyone can upload the tutorials. Even someone that's only been doing magic for a week can tell you how to do a double lift. This means we get great content and bad content alike. We can get some great stuff from this guy over here to some terrible stuff like this lot over here. Well, I don't need to tell you that. You know how YouTube works. Now, the magic community sometimes shits on the YouTube world, and for good and fair reason. There are a lot of magicians out there exposing tricks that isn't theirs to expose, revealing secrets that they shouldn't be revealing. And some people just don't credit the right people. I mean, sure, they can teach the trick on YouTube, and I don't think many people complain, but at least talk about the people and the origins of the trick at the same time. Now, for the sake of this video, I don't want to actually speak about the morality of some content creators. In fact, I just want to focus on one thing. Is YouTube a good place to learn magic? As mentioned before, there are a ton of people uploading onto YouTube, and anyone can upload onto YouTube. This means it's very hard to shift through the dirt to actually find the real gems out there. And if you don't know much about magic when you're beginning, it's hard to actually find those gems because, well, you don't know what the good or the bad is yet. Because of this, plus the other issues we talked about before, a lot of magicians would recommend one thing, and they recommend it very hard on every social group you'll ever be in. Read a book. Because unlike YouTube videos, books have a lot more loopholes and barriers to actually be able to publish it. Not everyone can publish a book, at least not without determination and drive to actually write that book, to get it to a publisher and to actually produce that book. That costs money and it costs hard work and determination. And because of these little barriers, the fact is, more likely the content that's going to be in a book is very well thought out, very well designed, and has someone behind that book really driving the idea of it. But still, that doesn't mean every book is good. You're still going to get terrible books out there, or at least books that don't suit you yet. Maybe you pick up a mentalism book and go, you know what, I'm not really a mentalist. And yeah, they cost money. They do cost money, and some magic books actually cost a lot of money. So I'm limited to what book I pick. So what book do I pick if I don't have a lot of money, right? Well, good thing there is some recommendations out there, and people do recommend some great books like Royal Road or 13 Steps to Mentalism. There is great books out there that people are willing to recommend. Oh, but these books are quite old. In fact, some of the books have terrible presentations, especially by today's standard. They are dated and set in their times. They're not designed for 2020, they're designed for the 20s. And definitely won't hold up in theatre now. In fact, one particular trick I was learning is to predict which picture of a woman a guy would pick. And because you wanted to demonstrate that you really have no way of influencing that person, you go out your way to try and find a gay person in the audience. Or at least you joke about it. And after you bring them on stage, the whole kind of theme and setting around it is essentially, oh, could this guy be gay? And as he sits back down, you make a big punchline around the idea that he's gay. Because being gay is funny. Now, I'm going to be fair for a second, because I think certain magicians or certain people or certain performers can get away with that kind of thing. But I just want to bear that in mind. There is a lot of jokes or performance styles or performance techniques that are in older books that are not necessarily the best for adapting right now. Not now. And one major drawback of learning magic books is you actually have to learn, well, how to learn. Which sounds very weird, but it was a common expression and a common thing told to me when I was trying to learn out of magic books. And I found it kind of hard at first, because it will tell you, hold the deck in face down in mechanic's grip on your left or dominant hand. Slide down your pinky finger along the bottom edge while beveling the deck. As you do that, proceed to, it's a weird kind of language we're not used to reading. We're not very used to taking a physical action off a book, then materializing it. There's a lot more kind of steps and processes to go through than typically seeing a picture and then being able to kind of copy that picture. And while some magic books do have pictures, a lot of time weirdly they're illustrations. They're not direct pictures of someone holding their hand. And it's not like those pictures can rotate and show you exactly how each finger is actually gripping the deck. Okay, wait 1 second. I know I'm making it sound like magic books are bad now. The truth is I'm just pointing out weaknesses in them. They're not bad. In fact, some of the best material out there is actually in a magic book already. I know of a mentalist book called Unreal and I absolutely love it. The Tar Bell Complete Course in Magic is one of the holy grails, the Bibles of the magic world. In fact, there's an ongoing joke in the magic world that everything that's already been published is already in the Tar Bell series. And honestly, magic books normally offer you the best bang for your buck. They offer you the best value because although they might be £50 or $50, whatever your currency is, they're giving you hundreds of tricks. And normally it's a magician's lifetime of work that's inside those books, especially those golden gems that you find. So you see, this video is not trying to tell you whether magic books or YouTube is better than one another. It's not trying to tell you which is the superior and the only way to ever learn magic. It's just trying to tell you that they're different, and that's okay. YouTube does have a ton of bad teachers out there, but among those teachers teaching magic tutorials, there are some fantastic magicians teaching. And with these great teachers that I've just mentioned, you can actually start learning off them for free, right now. The videos are super accessible and a lot more accessible money-wise and learning-wise than magic books. Does that mean it's going to be the best magic you ever learn and the one that you're going to create your whole life around? Maybe not. But the most important thing is it opens up our community to new people. It shows how creative and how wonderful the world of magic really can be. I mean, I myself personally was never that interested in magic. I typically had a magic set when I was 7, but I didn't start learning until I was about 25, 26. And that's because I saw Chris Ramsey on YouTube. I saw a tutorial and I thought, do you know what, I could do that. And I walked away that day with a magic trick and I started performing onto people and it just escalated and escalated. Before I knew it, I was reading magic books myself and watching Penguin live lectures. And look at me now! I'm a great magician! Isn't that right, honey?
Yeah.
Why'd you hesitate? YouTube on its own is not going to make you the ultimate and the best magician that ever lived. It's not going to make you an advanced master of it. But it's a good start. And it's a great entry tool. It's great for beginners. It's free, it's no barriers, anyone can start doing it. And this is brilliant because it's the first step into learning the next things. And yes, while books are fantastic and they have a ton of ideas, YouTube magic's good as well. Some of the biggest weaknesses when it comes to magic books are in fact covered by the YouTube world. Magic is not accessible or very easily accessible when it comes in a magic format, and it costs money. YouTube is free and more accessible when it comes to learning straight away as a beginner. And on the other side, some of the biggest weaknesses of YouTube is taken away when it comes to magic books. Magic books are typically a lot more better than the average YouTube video you see. Plus, every trick has a lot more detail and a lot more love and care put into it. If you're a YouTube content creator, you're probably looking to rush out each video that you can as fast as you can for about maybe 10 minutes each. Whereas a magic book, that's someone's life work. They're going to put in every small bit of detail they possibly can when it comes to one trick, typically covering 2 to 4 whole A4 size papers. So with that in mind, I just want to have a more positive light when it comes to YouTube magic tutorials. No, they're not the best, but they're free. And I know that sounds like a small detail, but that's a very big important point for some people. For some people, it's a massive deal. Some people are very tight or restricted when it comes to money. They're not well off or they don't have a lot of ways to earn money at a time, especially when it comes to the virus. So how brilliant is it as a hobby that we can come together and show them something new and exciting to learn during this virus or pandemic? they can learn some amazing things and learn a brand new hobby and be open to this big world of possibilities for free. And I think that's amazingly important. And again, just to sit on YouTube's lap for just a little bit more, you don't just have to learn magic. You can learn other things that actually enhance your magic. You can learn public speaking, you can learn acting and script writing. All very important things when it comes to the world of magic. Now, as I mentioned, shifting through the dirt to find the gems in the YouTube world can be pretty tricky. So I actually want your help for this. I personally showed a couple clips for some YouTubers that I think is brilliant. Michael O'Brien is fantastic. Chris Ramsey, I actually enjoy, and I know some people don't enjoy him. I absolutely love him. But I do know some amazing YouTube tutorials out there, especially from someone like Daniel Madison, who goes into excruciating detail with each of his videos. And I have no idea how he has the time and the energy to be able to do that. I can barely do this video within a week. So I'm going to post them in the description below, but please, if you know of any YouTubers that teach some fantastic tutorials, put a link in my comment section. I'd love to see them as well, and I'd love to add them to my list of magicians as well. Together during this virus and this outbreak, we can make magic more accessible and more available to other people, as well as making sure they can find the best content available straight away. And with that, we're done here. My name's been Andrew Phoenix. I am your magician. Please, if you have a moment, just hit the like and the sub button. It means a lot to me and it helps me create more content in the future. Apart from that, I'll see you in the next video.